see themselves reflected not only in the composition of government, but also in the policies and the programs of our government.
The Congress of South African Trade Unions has expressed concern with the size of the newly announced cabinet by President Cyril Ramaphosa. The Trade Union Federation and ANC's alliance partner has, however, sent well wishes to newly appointed cabinet members. Ramaphosa announced his cabinet last night following a string of engagements with several opposition parties to form the government of national unity. KATU parliamentary coordinator is Matthew Parks.
We wish them well, we hope they'll succeed, we need them to succeed. I think that's the most critical thing. There are some things we're happy with that make sense, and some things that we would have preferred otherwise. We feel that the cabinet is a bit too large, especially when there are deputy ministers, but I think we'll believe no doubt, and we'll be there to hold them accountable, we'll be there to assist where they need help, and I believe society does need government to keep moving with great speed to address so many of the challenges.
As Gauteng residents wait for the announcement of the new cabinet in the province, political commentator Sipho Siebe says the premier is likely to form a government of provincial unity similar to President Cyril Ramaphosa's composition of the government of national unity. Ramaphosa announced his cabinet last night. Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi is likely to name GPU Executive Council since the ANC did not acquire an outright majority in the province. Siebe says Lesufi is likely to follow a similar composition as Ramaphosa.
The fact that the Panyaza Lesufi did not move ahead was more an indication of the challenges that the ANC was having with the DA at the national level. It's also about the reality on the ground. The ANC also in Gauteng did not do well, and it has to form partnership, and if the DA plays ball at the national level, then he can invite them, and they will then be a quibble around the positions. But he had to wait to be guided by the national development so that he creates a sense of durability.
2 rhinos have been killed and dehorned at a game reserve in Louis Trichardt, Limpopo. Police spokesperson Walisela Lidwaba says the discovery was made by rangers. Lidwaba says they are on the hunt for the poachers.
It appears that after shooting the rhinos, the said suspects, who are currently unknown, removed the horns and fled the scene on foot by jumping over the fence. Police were notified about the incident and opened a case of rhino poaching for further investigations.
In international news, the authorities in Japan have imposed restrictions on the number of tourists allowed to climb the country's most famous volcano, Mount Fuji. Local authorities say a recent surge in inbound tourists to Japan has led to high levels of environmental harm and incidents of underprepared climbers needing rescue, prompting them to limit access. The same group that often require the most emergency medical attention. Recapping the top story, PAC leader Mzwanele Nyonzo has been appointed as the Minister of Land Reform and Rural Development. President Cyril Ramaphosa last night announced Nyonzo's appointment to the post to serve in the 7th administration. I am Onde Lambana for SAFM News, headlines at 2:30.
Here, there, and everywhere. SAFM 104.3 FM in Rustenburg.
The reality is that 90% of South Africans don't.
Mazinga, Monday to Friday, 1 to 3 p.m.
as a final question, I'm presuming that the 2024 cohort is already closed for anyone that's listening?
Yes, I mean, the only, we closed for 2024, but we open now for 2025 now, because the next time we're going to do it only, but for opening up now, we're going to go open for next year. So if we can follow up on the social media of CLO Foundation to get the next dates exactly for us for the application. For the application, you go to the link and we apply for a link, and then you go to the process of the interview, and then you can selected to be part of the program.
Awesome. Luvuyo Rana, thank you so much for the conversation. That was founder of the CLO Foundation, and of course they've got that CLO Foundation's entrepreneurship program. It's a 10-month-long initiative that's designed to support both aspiring and established small business owners that are primarily operating within the townships and of course rural areas of the Western Cape. But as you heard, they've got an overwhelming inquiry from the Eastern Cape as well as the Gauteng project, Gauteng province, my apologies. And so perhaps in the not so distant future, they'll be looking at expanding this particular program outside of the Western Cape and introducing it to other regions of the country as well. Sounds like there's been a lot of success stories coming out of it as well, with 30% of the applicants coming through with those prospective businesses at ideation stage, about 70% coming through with businesses that are already established, that have been running, and then of course they're just needing to scale up or tighten up some of the elements in order for them to see sustainability. But as we heard from Luvuyo, a few success stories coming out of that one. 086 000 2032 is the number that you can call us on. 0614041007 is the number that you can WhatsApp us on, and you can let us know on any of the conversations. You can let, and I asked you the question, in people celebrating this, a lot of people high-fiving them on disclosing, saying that it speaks to transparency, it speaks to ethical leadership, it speaks to fairness. On social media, if you log on X, a lot of the chatter is people throwing banter, saying where do they apply to be part of the Zebra Bank. And I wonder, what are your thoughts? Do you think that more folks should be disclosing what is the minimum pay of their organizations publicly? And do you think it's to the benefit of employees to also know this kind of information upfront, just generally? It should just be out there. Wouldn't it be nice to know what is the minimum pay for even the organization that I work for? Upfront, just out there as general information that can be Googleable. Do you think it does something for employees? I don't know what your thoughts are. 06141041007 is our WhatsApp line. 086 000 2032 is the number that you can call us on. And of course, on the other side of 2 o'clock, we're talking about toxic bosses, toxic managers, line managers, supervisors, toxic people in positions of authority. So if you've encountered one of those as well, you've had one of those experiences where you've had to deal with the authority figure within your organization or establishment and place of work, we'd love to know that. You can be anonymous for that share. We understand. 086 000 2032. You don't have to tell us what the organization was called. You don't have to tell us what role you were in. You don't have to tell us any identifying detail. You can just share with us the generics of what was your situation and how you worked around it. If you found yourself under the supervision or under the authority of a rather toxic manager or boss or whatever you want to call them. Let's go to WhatsApp, by the way.
Good day, Bridget and SAFM listeners. I just want to make a comment about the disclosure of minimum salary. My name is Bonga from Durban. I think it's good for the company profile, because you can profile the companies and see which companies is paying a reasonable salary and which is not. But on the other side, the person who receives that salary is going to be exposed to, especially the relatives and the people that surrounds that person. They will be able to know. For instance, if you started investing, they know upfront that your minimum pay will be 21,000. So they may come with their demands now, want that you to help them with this and that because they think you afford. So in that front, it won't be a good thing. But under normal circumstances, it's good to know how much each company is paying as a minimum wage. Thank you.
I like the social dynamics around it, Bonga. So Bonga is saying it's good for the company's profile, it's good for the company to be transparent around the minimum pay. What are they paying minimally? That's great, but he's saying from the social perspective of it, now suddenly everybody in your household is going to know exactly what you are getting paid when you work for a respective company. So you can't lie to us and say that you're getting 10,000 when you work for the Zebra Bank, because essentially they start at 21,000. Now we know. 086002032 and 061-410-4107 is the WhatsApp line that you can send your thoughts on. That's all we're asking you today. What are your thoughts around the Zebra Bank? Disclosing that they pay minimum 21,000. That is their minimum pay. They shared these news just recently, or we came across it on respective business profiles on social media, and the minimum pay for their SA employees is set at 21,000 a month, and they've become the latest company in the financial services sector to disclose this minimum pay. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing for companies to make these kinds of disclosures? And then, of course, on the other side of two, we're looking at toxic bosses, toxic figures of authority. It's 10 to 2 o'clock. It's time for us to get into Kids Corner.
SAFM 104 to 107.
How many ways around the house you can recycle items like paper, cardboard, plastic bottles, glass jars, and cans instead of tossing them out. To creatively reuse something, you could turn glass jars into pot plants, use old t-shirts as cleaning rags, or repurpose cardboard boxes for storage. Recycling benefits us by conserving resources, reducing pollution, and saving energy. To encourage recycling, we can set up separate recycling bins, educate others on its importance, and lead by example in our own recycling efforts. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Tilifele. Some of the things that I feel I can recycle in my house are the bottles, like the 2-liter bottles that we use whenever we run out of water, like just in case there is water maintenance. I think we can recycle that in my house. Something I think we can reuse instead of throwing away are like plastic shopping bags. You can use that to put all your trash in. Some of the benefits of recycling for us human beings and for our planet is that it saves the environment and preserves the ecosystem and the nature, as well as our plants, because plants go extinct and our future generations won't be able to see that. Some animals are dying from pollution, and I feel that by recycling we can benefit ourselves industrially and in terms of Mother Nature and the ecosystem and protecting our wildlife.
My name is Valentina. Things around my home that I could recycle is plastic. Some creative ways are to use toothbrushes to clean, reuse gift bags, and turning old clothing or towels into cleaning cloth. The benefits of recycling for us, human beings, are it saves money, reduces pollution, and improves health. Benefits of recycling for our planet are it protects biodiversity, reduces waste, and reduces gas leaks. A way to encourage friends and family to recycle is to lead by example.
Hello, my name is Ndabrado. My son name is Limtango. I'm 10 years old and I'm in grade 5. You can recycle paper, plastic bottles, glass jars, and metal cans. You can use old jars to store small things or make crafts from used cardboard. Recycling saves resources, reduces pollution, and helps the environment. We can remind friends and family to recycle, set up recycling bins, and show them how to do it.
Hello, my name is Moromoy. Recycling is a process whereby a thing that is already used and ready to be thrown away is converted into a useful material. Recycling is important because it protects the environment. To encourage the citizens, starting from my family, they must be shown that recycling is very important and they must pick up stuff and throw them into different color-coded recycling bins for recycling. Because if they don't recycle, how will we get glass and other stuff? They must be shown that recycling makes the environment better. To encourage people to recycle, they can be given awards for recycling so that they can be motivated to recycle more.
Hi, I'm KATU and I'm 12 years old. To help my country recycle, I would suggest that every household has a recycling bin. Therefore, everyone will be able to recycle. And that we would annually have a day where we have a recycling party. And there's someone who tells us all about recycling. That way, more people will get to know about recycling. And I think keeping our trees safe in South Africa is very important. Because then if we don't have them, we'll have no oxygen. And oxygen is really important for us.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Kabamba. I feel we could make it seem so fun and show people how ruining the environment can be unhealthy for the world by raising awareness. An innovative way for everyone to take part in order to save the environment can be by planting more trees and cleaning up any litter you see. It's important that we take part in saving the environment as children because when we grow up, we can grow up with the world looking 10 times better and healthier than when we were children, all because we work together in saving the world.
Hello friends, I hope you're having a fantastic start to the week. Today let's talk about something super important, recycling. Recycling is a way to turn old things into new things, helping our planet stay clean and healthy. When we recycle, we take materials like paper, plastic, glass, metal, and turn them into new products instead of throwing them away. This not only reduces the amount of waste in landfills, which can take ages to break down, but also helps protect our environment from the negative impact of waste. By recycling, we are actively contributing to a greener and more beautiful planet for future generations. Another significant reason to recycle is to conserve our precious natural resources, and metals are mined from earth to create cans and other valuable items. By recycling, we are essentially reusing these materials, which means we don't have to extract as much from nature. This helps safeguard our forests, water resources, and wildlife habitats. Even the smallest effort can make a real difference. Additionally, recycling also saves energy, since manufacturing products from recycled materials requires less energy compared to using new materials. On a bigger scale, recycling has benefits for humans too. It generates employment opportunities in recycling and manufacturing industries. In South Africa, for example, many people have jobs collecting, sorting, and processing recyclable materials, while others use these materials to create products. Some individuals even earn a little extra income by collecting cans and bottles for recycling. Recycling also helps fight pollution and climate change. When waste materials break down in landfills, they release harmful gases into the air and chemicals into the soil and water. Recycling reduces that pollution by keeping waste out of landfills. Plus, making products from recycled materials often produces less pollution and fewer greenhouse gases than making products from new materials. So you are never too young to start recycling. Let's all join hands and make recycling a part of our daily lives. Together we can make a positive impact